What is up, friends? Welcome into the Wildcast Instacast post-game show here on YouTube, presented by Appliance Solutions, 25 Halifax Street, 506-858-511. I am your host, Adam, from the podcast. Right now, the Autumn Kitchen Savings Event at Alpha's Appliance Solutions, $200 instant savings when you purchase any two qualifying Whirlpool or Maytag appliances, $300 instant savings when you purchase any three qualifying Maytag or Whirlpool appliances. Well, I mean, that was, that was not as much fun as it should be. I'm just not sure what's up with this team right now. But it's early. I guess we can say it's early. We'll go around the queue quickly. Only one other game on this Thursday night. Drummondville gets a 5-2 victory over Rouyn-Noranda. And again, Victoriaville, a 5-3 victory over our Moncton Wildcats. I mean, it's weird. I'm just not sure where this team's. Make sure that this YouTube is actually working. I'm just not sure where this team has come from. I mean, you look at the first two games in Cape Breton, and I know it was Cape Breton. Just such an attention to detail. 16 shots in the first game. They outshot them in the second game, but there was an offensive explosion as well. A little bit of a rough early start against Charlottetown, and then they kind of took over offensively, and now it's back-to-back losses where they kind of come out. Well, they come out flat in the first one. Yeah, thank you. Michelle over there with the kudos on picking John Duran's first Q goal. The home opener, they came out completely flat from start to finish. This one, they came out on fire, ready to go, and it was tied after two, and then just we get into that second period, and it's rearing its ugly head again at home, and it's just there's a I don't want to say there's a lack of something defensively, but if you go to our Instagram, you heard Thomas OJ talk about it. Their transition from offense into defense, something is missing there, and it was kind of a miss inside their own zone. But they outshot Victoriaville 35-32. Let's get into some of the highlights here from tonight's game. All right, first highlight for 18 seconds in. As you can see, I'm still getting used to this back and forth. But here's a goal from Jandra from Marty Kingston on Harvester's side.
50-50 raffles continue playing anywhere you want from the province. Again, there's a shot off the face-off. They score! That was
just a lost face-off, and it's in the back of the net.
Wildcat zone. Got a shot away. Steinman made the save, and he followed up with a zone rebound.
Hopefully you guys can hear that. Just a lost face-off there. I'll let the highlight roll in. And John John goes right around Plandowski and puts it in the back of the net to give Victoriaville a 1-0 lead. Then 30 seconds later, here's Loshing's goal.
He fires it up to Auger. They're over the line. Loshing in the high slot. There's the shot. They score!
Piss missile activated. Yo, Motion. Another snipe goes top shelf on Dag, giving us the tie there. Nice pass from OJ, who we had on the post-game show on Instagram, and you'll see it on YouTube here in a little bit. I will get to your comments. I do see your comments. I'm just going to go through the highlights quickly, and then we'll get into your comments there. But yeah, Loshing doing what Loshing does. Can you see me and hear me now? Let me know if you can see and hear me now. I'll try and share the screen here again. Not sure what happened there. Obviously, some technical difficulties with the internet issues. Good times. Now I got this stream working. This stream's not working. Hey, here we go. All right, look at us go. Nope, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. All right. If this is not my friend, if you've been here before, you kind of expect this. Where was I here? So I had Carrie's. All right. So let's get back to some of the questions here. It's time to put the youngsters together. Yeah. So with Gabe Smith out, Trent Holm moved up from his position, centering that fourth line onto the left side of Denouille and Mercier. I'm not sure I get that move. I mean, I think I might have tried to put Mueller up there. And just based on the fact that, like I said on the last podcast, Trent Holm sticks up for Carrier, costs us a power play to even it up. It just seems like you reward him by moving into the top six. But again, he's a veteran guy with a young. It's why sometimes it's just easier to go on Instagram, but I'm trying some new things, and it's not the system. It's Bell Internet. But let me just bring up the scores here. We're gonna go old school. No fancy camera. No highlights, so we'll just continue to go with. So where are we here? Loshing got his third of the season at 727. Then Sean Carrier gets his first of his Q career, cutting across the middle, taking the pass from Mercier, and he just kind of half spins around at the top of the dot and lets it go. Beats Dag up top. I'm not sure if Dag saw it, but yeah, he rips it right by him. And then Thomas Cormier going down the wing, not able to catch him, kind of sneaks in behind on the breakaway, and he gets his first of the year at 14:27. We're tied 2-2, and you're feeling okay. I mean, Victoriaville's up in shots 14-11, but that was as good as Moncton played, because the rest of the game was it just seemed like nothing was going right with him. So, okay, at least you guys can see me. This is now twice that this product has not been up to my expectations. Good thing it's free. Yeah, so in the second period, Victoriaville outshoots Moncton 13-11. And, well, like it always seems to happen, they put up a nice welcome back for Frankie Iasenza, and he repays them by putting the puck in the back of the net. Not for us. He gets his first on a point shot. I'm not sure, again, if Steinman saw it. And then 4 minutes later, Justin LaRose comes down the wing. And obviously one Steinman's going to want back. As LaRose puts it, kind of, I don't know if Steinman thought it was going to be a pass or what, but it goes under his legs through the 5-hole, sneaks that one in to give the Tigres a 4-2 lead. And at that point, it kind of felt like that was it. Like there wasn't much pushback from Moncton. So third period, they kind of kept trying to come back at them, but unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of quality. They had two good chances. Lounsbury had a tip, went through Dag's legs, ended up popping out. I cannot remember who had the tap in, but it was a quick whistle, and it hit the post anyways. But it was a quick whistle, and then Jandra again sneaks in behind. I'm trying to think of this one. No, they dump it in off the wall. It comes out at an angle. 3 Wildcats puck watch. They go to it. I believe the Rose kind of went this way and missed the puck. John come behind him, grabbed the puck, and made a move, and was able to get it by Steinman to give the 5-2 goal, and that was it. Moran got his first of the season. Good to see him back as he banged one in off a Collard shot with 45 seconds left. But that was kind of it. And again, you're playing a Quebec team that you don't see a lot, so there wasn't a lot of animosity. Only 2 penalties, one for Victoriaville, one for Moncton. Both were kind of cleared off, no problems there. So shots 35-32. Your hardest worker was Preston Lounsbury. Yeah, it's going to come for him at some point, and he's shown speed, and he's a faster player than he was last year, and it is going to happen for him. I thought he had a good game. He had a good tip. I mean, the tip was 2-3 minutes in. He gets that. Maybe it's a different third period, but both teams no goals in the power play. Victoria 26-23 in faceoffs and out hit them 11-7. So now we take on St. John. We move on Saturday in St. John, and then home against Blainville. And I kind of said to Jeremy up in the media area, I mean, we lose to Halifax, we lose to Victo, and they could put 2 games together against teams that aren't quite predicted to be in league finals and look like world beaters again. And you're thinking, great, we're going to beat teams we should beat, and we're going to struggle against teams we are supposed to struggle in, and that's not exactly what you want. You kind of want to compete with these teams if you're going to be expected to compete with these teams into the playoffs. So again, thanks for everyone joining me here on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe here. Hit the bell so you're notified when these happen. We're going to get through this little hiccup on technicality. Again, these are brought to you by Appliance Solution, 25 Halifax Street, Moncton, 858-5111. I don't know what's going on with this team. It's 2 games and both home games. They're now 0-2 at home. So maybe it's going to be good to get back on the road for at least one, kind of get things right again. But I mean, this team held Cape Breton to 16 shots. 9 goals. They're out shooting teams, but they're running into just that second period issue, and that's the problem right now. I gotta believe we are going to see Tigre with their head coach. Cool. So they had no head coach, and they didn't have Noah Warren back. He'll be back against Halifax on Saturday. I think they play them. Or do they play them tomorrow? They play them tomorrow. So a little bit of a hampered Victoriaville squad, but again, Moncton they come out. Good start. Just the second period again at home kind of killed them. Official attendance, like Jeremy thought, 3,100, which is probably most of your season ticket base. Again, our random Thursday 7:00 game is what it is. Tomorrow Halifax, Sunday in Sydney. So now I don't know if maybe you can answer this, Raphael. Did Darvo make the trip, or is it Dag playing probably all 3? I mean, I would assume Dag is going to play tomorrow against Halifax, and then maybe Nadeau makes his debut against Sydney. But they're 20-year-old both in Darvo. I don't even know if he's on the trip. Maybe you can answer that, Raphael. Again, that's 2 road games that the teams have come in and played perfect road games against us, and we can't seem to find that next one. Couple of chances, like I said, in the third period, I think some put one off of Dag's shoulder while he was down. It's just not as many turnovers, but just something's amiss with this hockey club right now, and I don't know if it's just being at home or what it is, but They got to get it figured out. It is early. They're only 6 games in. Again, they're 5 games in, they're 3-2. But the team we saw in Cape Breton and against Charlottetown is not the team we've seen the past 2 games at home. So a road trip or a quick road trip is probably just as good for this team moving forward, to kind of get out, get together, get this right. But yeah, something's amiss right now. He made the trip. He was scratched. So he did make the trip. We had to scratch Darvo to play 89, who's a 20-year-old like Nathan. Okay. So he was scratched to play another guy. All right. So, yeah, exactly. If you're enjoying this post-game show, through all the technical issues, whether you're watching it live here or you're watching it tomorrow or the next day, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that little bell. You guys will be notified when we go live for our podcast on Wednesdays as well. Post-game shows. The next one will be Sunday. So, that's kind of it for me. I mean, it's tough when A, I can't get the highlights I want, and B, it's not a lot of fun to talk about with these losses. It's not a team that I expected to be 3-2 after what I saw in Cape Breton. But again, we got St. John, so they should be able to get that victory, and then Blainville. And I think Blainville's actually on a winning record. I'm going to bring up the statistics here. When does the Wildcats backup start? That's an excellent question. I think it's Saturday against St. John. Blainville right now is 4-1, so they're coming in. It'll be their second game of the road trip as they take on Sydney tomorrow, and then they're what's their schedule here? That's what I don't like about the new website. I used to be able to go back and forth on the new website, and now you can't scroll on it. Not a fan of it. Let's let me scroll back and forth, but I don't think it'll go as far as. Oh, yeah, so Blainville's doing the exact opposite trip that Victoriaville is doing. So Blainville's in Sydney Friday, they're in Halifax Saturday, and then they're here Sunday. So we're going to get a team on a 3rd and 3 nights. This has to be a game that we take advantage of early, put our foot on the gas, and put them away early, because I mean, you get 3 and 3, and you got to go Sydney, Halifax here. That's a game we got to take advantage of. I believe that our backup will play Saturday against St. John. From what I'm hearing, it'll be Warren, as he was backing up again tonight. But again, that's no insider information from people who are actually in the know and or make the discussion or make the transition, make the change, make the call, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I think it'll be Warren. Take that how you will. I think it'll be Warren, and then you'll see Steinman go again on Sunday. Raphael, do you think the Cats maybe should have kept Philly on and traded him later in the season? I really don't. Nothing against Filion, and I know they're 3-1 right now, but that guy needed a change of scenery and needed a change of scenery quickly. He didn't have the success that a lot of people here thought he would. He didn't play a lot. I mean, if you go back and I don't know if you're a fan of the show there, Raphael, and you listen to us weekly, but if you go back and listen to a couple of our shows, I mean, the coach left him in for 10 goals at home against Halifax. It didn't matter that they had to play back-to-back nights. He still left him in for 10. You don't do that to a 17-year-old goaltender. So he had fallen out of favor with the coaching staff, they'd gone with Steinman as their guy, and I mean, rightly, he was unbelievable for us, but he needed a change of scenery. I don't think he could have come back this year, and with a clear head, with a clear, I don't want to say conscience, but just it would have been very tough for him to come in the first half of the season, and we got a first round pick for him, so his value was there. Somehow, our Magic GM made the move to get that first round pick that eventually turned into Boutin. But he needed to be moved at the draft. I was expecting Moncton to be, but I mean, you look at Keegan Warren. I'm going to bring up some of his stats. I mean, he was a 14th round pick for us. So right there, you're already, I mean, that's how many 14-round picks make the league. And he technically hasn't made the league yet. He's still a backup. But last year with Yarmouth, he was 19-3 in junior A with a 2.19 goals against average. He took his team all the way to the Centennial Cup. So 3 games in the Centennial Cup, 367. And I mean, they're playing teams like Brooks and like Ontario teams. So I don't know the competition there. I know how good Brooks is, but I mean, 19-3 in junior A last year, he's earned a shot. So for a 14th round pick, he is 18. You got an 18 and a 19-year-old. If they can have some chemistry, and then next year you've got a 20 and a 19-year-old. I don't necessarily hate that. Then again, Valdor is probably selling Blackburn at the deadline, so that's an option. I don't know if at some point Moncton's got to develop a goaltender, and they tried it with Filion, they tried it with Lavallee. I mean, if you got a 14th round goaltender that's 19-3 last year, and yes, junior A is not major junior, but you already have a free agent in Steinman that made the jump from junior B to second team all rookie last year. This is not a shot on Steinman. I mean, we're talking about the backup goaltender, but we're talking about him because he's played 5 straight games and he needs a break. He's kept us in almost every game. I mean, you go back and you watch the Halifax one, it should have been 5-6-0 after the first period. He made 4 10-bell saves. So, but if you can get a 14th round pick that doesn't come in with any expectations, then yeah, we're going to see. Just trying to see what tells me what awards he's won. But I don't do what's on me that. Yeah, so I mean, you get a 14th round pick that's found money. That's like a free agent. You've got your chance at development, and then you've got a tandem that you can kind of work with. And I think I'm not a big fan of giving up a ton of assets to go get a backup veteran goaltender. We did that with DLC. We did that with Lemieux. And to be honest, when we did that with those 2 goaltenders, that hurt the development of Filion because he wasn't playing a ton of hockey early and getting used to the league. And in my opinion, that's kind of what that was. So I'm okay not giving up a ton of assets and turning into St. John, where you make one move and you're trying to catch up by trying to attract a goalie and get the right goalie. We got a good one in Steinman. We don't know what we have in our backups, but we just need our backups to come in. And if they're going to play 20 games, at least win 10 to 14 of them and get us some points. We had Corey Arsenault on the preseason, and he talked about their backup goalie last year. They only got 6 points on the season. So unless it was LePena or I think it was Robillard last year, they didn't get points from their backup goaltender. And if we want Steinman to be good all year, he's going to need breaks. He's going to need nights off. The schedule is set up well for him. I mean, he shut out Cape Breton in the first game, 9-1 in the second, and then Charlottetown. You get a week off. He gets Charlottetown, Halifax back to back, and then he gets a couple days off. So I believe he'll play Sunday against Blainville, and and Warren. I think it'll be Warren. Will play Saturday night against St. John. Victor's trying with Dag, and he's showing flashes. He's so different from Darrow's 5'10" size. Oh yeah, Dag tonight was good. I think the two shots that beat him, one was a Lotion Piss Missile, and those beat most goalies. Actually, not sponsored. Those beat most goalies. And then the other one I don't think he saw from Carrier, and Moran's goal was a rebound. So I've seen Dag play twice, and I've been impressed with him twice. He's a good big goaltender, and when you take him second overall, that's what he should develop into. And Victoriaville's done a good job of developing Dag to kind of take over and be the guy next year, and maybe into the second half of this year. So, but yeah, we're going to find out on our goaltending coach when we get a guy like Kean Warren here, what he can do with these two goaltenders, and even Maverick Welk, who's obviously practicing, but I don't know if we're going to see him in games. But yeah, again, the Wildcats, unfortunately, they go down 5-3 tonight. They've now lost 2 in a row. So they will look to get back in the win column Saturday in St. John. I will most likely be there Saturday in St. John, so you will get an abbreviated post-game show, and then I will be back Sunday, Thanksgiving Sunday, for post-game show again, where here's hoping the internet works. Raphael, we also need some solid defense for him. With Warren coming in, there's a chance Burnett comes back, Brent sent it back. Anyways, new subscriber, and we'll keep up with the podcast. Boom. Thanks, Raphael. Appreciate that. We will try to talk some Victoriaville for you if we can when we get into Quebec teams and stuff like that. But thank you for your subscription, for subscribing, listening to the podcast, supporting us. We really appreciate that. But yeah, that's kind of it for me. Try to keep this in that 30-minute mark, especially on weeknights. And when the team's not winning and the game's it's tough. When I don't have highlights, it's tough. Again, don't forget, when you're watching this live or you're watching this tomorrow or the next day or whenever, you go to that top, you click on the StreamYard link, it'll bring you here. You'll be able to talk to me. I've got earphones. We can get your opinion as opposed to just comments. I love the comments, but let's hear your opinion. You don't have to show your face. You can just call in. But eventually that will come. Again, thanks to everyone for showing up, supporting the podcast, supporting the show. Don't forget this Saturday in St. John, follow our socials. We'll be going with an abbreviated post-game show. Sunday, Blainville is in town. We'll be back Sunday after that one to recap. And it's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. Let's hope that we're thankful for a couple W's over the weekend. Again, quickly around the league, there was only one other game. Drummondville gets a 5-2 victory over Miranda. And at the Avenir Center, the Wildcats go down 5-2-3 to Moncton. So thanks again. I will see you guys this weekend, and have a good night.